All right, and as we give the rest of the class the next couple minutes to trickle in, I will just ask you guys a couple questions. I believe you guys had a supply teacher last week, correct? Um, can somebody in the chat let me know up to which slide you guys got to? Like, did you guys learn what an essay is? Did you guys learn what an essay is?
I wasn't here last week.
Okay, it's all right. For those of you who were here last week, did you guys get through this slide or no? And for those of you who weren't here, it's okay. I'll give you a skim through of it, okay? Okay. If you were in class last week, put a 2 in the chat. If you weren't, put a 1. So so Kevin, David, and Catherine weren't here last class? Okay. It's okay. We might as well just go through everything then. So I don't know if you guys remember, but in the first class, we went through a couple of vocab words, um, which, okay, I don't know what just happened here, but I put it here for you guys because your homework for the week would be for you guys to memorize and actually understand. Like, my goal is for you guys to understand what each of the words mean. And I gave you an example so you guys would know how to use it in your essays, okay? And then your next page over here are actually new vocab words. So every week you guys will have a set of new vocab words, which you're like, I just expect you to go over them. And then like by the second week, I expect you to actually know how to use it in your essays, because that's what you guys will be marked on. Okay. And to help you guys actually understand the meaning of each definition, I will try to have a Kahoot. I also have a game kit prepared. One of your classmates requested a game kit, I believe it was called, or Gim kit or whatever. I don't even know. Gim kit, I believe. So we have that with all the vocab words. So every week I will try to have some sort of game, and you guys can request any game. Honestly, I don't know much aside from Kahoot and I guess now GimKit. So if you guys know any other game that you would like to play where I can test you guys for your vocab words that you guys think would help your understanding, or help you guys, memorize, put it in the chat below and I can help you out. But until then, I want you guys to memorize these words. Can you guys put a 3 in the chat if you understand? And then I just got awesome, awesome. I also just got word from Dr. Joe that um sorry. I just got word from Dr. Joe that participation will unfortunately be marked. So our chats are going to be sent to Dr. Joe as a whole, as well as the slides. So you guys will have access to the slides, and Dr. Joe will have access to our recording and chat, just so we can mark participation. And that's going to be a huge chunk of your mark on top of so participation is a huge chunk of your mark on top of the way on top of your understanding. So the way you guys are incorporating your vocab words, um, the way you guys are responding to your feedback and things like that. Okay. Um, if you guys have any questions, let me know, of course, and then I can always stay after class to help you out. Okay, guys? And I want to make this as fun as possible. So if you have any games, put that down and then it'll be fun. Like I don't want to test you guys on things. Like I kind of don't want to have tests and quizzes. I think that's not really fair. I want to mark you guys off of Kahoot. Because I think that'll be more fun if you guys are okay with that, but you guys tell me. But right now, actually, before essay writing, let's go over the vocab words. Um, Catherine, can you read the first two vocab words, and David, can you read the last three, please?
Okay.
Thank you, girl.
Anticipate, to accept something to happen. Example, I anticipate that it will rain, so I'll bring an umbrella.
1 second. It's to expect something to happen. Okay? So
Okay.
because it's going to rain, I anticipate that it will rain. Okay, you can continue.
Compassion, caring about someone's feelings and wanting to help. Example, she showed compassion when her friend was sad.
Awesome. David, you can just read the next two, and Kevin, I want you to read the last one, please.
Confident, feeling sure of yourself. Example, I feel confident about my science project because I worked hard on it. Disaster, a very bad or dangerous event. Example, the flood was a disaster for the town.
Thank you, bud.
Can I read the next one?
Yes, please.
All right. Participate. To join in and be part of something. Example, I love to participate in school plays.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how easy or hard are these words? Like do you guys already know the definition of these? Have you guys already used these words before? 1 meaning you've never even heard of this before, 10 meaning sorry, 1 meaning you've never even heard of this before, 10 meaning you use these words on a daily. Like in conversations, you've heard of it before, it's not really it's very easy work for you.
Wait, what do we put?
Rate from a scale of 1 to 10. The level of easy, basically the level of easiness these vocab words are. Like, have you heard of these words before? Have you used them in your writing? Have you used them in your conversations? Because the point of vocab words is I want you guys to learn new words. And if this is too easy for you, I need to go one step harder. But I don't know. I didn't want to start off hard. I want to start off easy. Okay, so I'm assuming this is very easy for you. Um, let's next week onwards, it'll be a little more difficult, okay? And then you guys tell me from there. Right now in the chat below, can you guys write down, have you guys written an essay before? And if so, what do you know about essay writing? I'll give you the next minute or so. It's okay if you guys don't know what an essay is, just put that in the chat. That's why I'm here. We're going to be learning about it in the next couple classes. All right. So we're gonna have, I apologize if I pronounce your name wrong, Yanfei. Do you mind reading this page for us, please?
What is an essay? How often is it when you struggle with the question, what is an essay? Let's find out. An essay is a non-fictional piece of writing that represents a certain idea, gives arguments, and encourages discussion. Anyone eager to popularize his idea can write essays. From college students to politicians and artists, it is short, convincing, and diverse. A choice for an essay theme is limitless.
Okay. So as we can tell right now, an essay is, you're right, Kevin. It is, was it Kevin? Yeah, you're right. It is a piece of writing. But there is a specific piece of writing that convinces people about something, and that's called persuasive writing. That's when you're trying to persuade someone to be on your side. There's also something called argumentative essay, where you're kind of trying to convince people and argue that your side is better than someone else's side. But an essay writing in general is more broad. It's basically just a written piece itself that just presents an idea or tells you about something, whether it's expressing an emotion through descriptive writing, narrative writing, or initiating debate, like you said, persuasive writing or argumentative. There are different types of essays that we're going to be learning, but right now we're first going to learn how to make an outline of an essay as a whole. Okay, so we know that essay as a whole is kind of starts off with an introduction, has 3 body paragraphs typically, and then a conclusion paragraph. Do you guys know how many sentences are usually in a paragraph?
5 to 6.
Perfect. Yeah, 5, we'll say 5 to 7. Okay. And the thing is, when you're writing your essay, it has to always be something that you are passionate about, or that you can write just enough, because you're basically writing 5 paragraphs. That's a lot, right? So to give you a quick skim on how to write an essay before we watch this YouTube video, is basically your introduction is just introducing what your essay is about. It's supposed to be it's like the first page of your book. It has to be intriguing. There's something called the hook, the thesis, then the transition statement, which means you're trying to engage the reader to continue to read your essay, and then you transition into your paragraphs, which has to be a nice flow. And then to do that, you have things called transition words. Have you guys heard of transition words? I'm assuming you have. Perfect. And that's when you add transition words. Hi, Aline. Hi, Megan. Can you guys put a 1 in the chat if you're able to hear me, please? Awesome. Megan, are you able to hear me? Can you put a 1 in the chat, please? Right now, we are going over essay writing. So as I was telling the class, perfect. So as I was telling the class, your homework for the week would always be just your vocab. As much as, yes, I want you guys to go over all the slides. I want you to understand it. What you guys will be tested on most would be, aside from your participation, so the chat would be sent to Dr. Joe. So your participation is marked, but so is your use of the vote, like whatever we're learning, So I need to see your application, your vocab, how you're writing your vocab, and whatever things that we're learning. But also through Kahoot and quizzes. Oh, no problem, Hannah. So I kind of want to make things fun. I don't really like the whole testing each other. I don't want to test you guys. I don't want this to be like a chore. I want this to be fun when you guys come to class. So my goal is to make it kind of like Kahoot. I want to test you guys off of Kahoot instead of tests. Um, and things like that. So if you have any other game platforms that you want me to try out, where I can test you guys on these vocab, put it in the chat below and I can try it out next week. But as of now, try to memorize these definitions and how to write, how to include it in your sentences and all your writings. These are the vocab words that we learned previously. This is the one that you guys will be learning this week. Every week, you guys will be learning a new set. And then we were just talking about essays, a quick skim over. Essays basically just a piece of writing where you're proposing an idea. There are several different types of essays. One where you're evoking emotion. Evoking means you're bringing out emotion. So narrative writing, even descriptive writing. It's when you're describing something and it's very emotion led. Whereas something like where essay writing can also be you're debating an argument, something called persuasive and or argumentative essay. This is when you're trying to persuade someone to come on your side or you're trying to persuade someone to agree with your argument, or you're trying to convince someone that your argument is better than the opposing one, the opposite one. Can the newer students put a 1 in the chat if you're with me? I'm sorry I kind of rushed it through. It was just to skim through because I don't want to hold up the class, but I can stay with you guys at the end of the class if you need help, okay? The newer students, put a 1 in the chat if you're with me. So we were just talking about essay writing. The whole portion of essay writing is to start off with the introduction. Then you have 3 body paragraphs and a conclusion. Your paragraphs typically have 5 to 7 sentences, and you can write about absolutely anything you want. I'm not going to be strict on any of that. All I want to know is I want you guys to have fun with your writing. But first, let's learn by watching this YouTube video. Can you guys put
Hi, everybody.
a 1 in the chat if you guys can see and hear the video properly, please? I am going to put the video a little quicker just because it's quite slow and takes a long time. If it's too fast, please put a 2 in the chat and I can slow it down.
In this video, we'll learn how to write an essay from the outline to the essay draft or first version of your essay. In the video description below, find links to PDFs that can be used along with it. It'll help me a 5-paragraph essay. Remember, there are many ways to write an essay and an essay outline. This video shows just one of those ways. So let's get started. First,
Okay, 1 second. I'm
We'll
just
do the
going to
outline.
slow
On the left-
down the video a little bit. If it's still fast, can you put a 2 in the chat? Okay?
this video shows just one of those ways. So let's get started. First, we'll do the outline. On the left
Can everyone please mute yourself if you don't mind?
side, I'm going to show you each part of an essay outline and explain what that part does and is. On the right side, I'm going to give you an example of each part. Notice that in this outline, each body paragraph only has 2 detailed sentences. I used only 2 to keep this video as short as possible, but in your outlines and essays, you should definitely use 3 detailed sentences.
All right, so I'm just going to quickly explain what this outline is showing. Like I said, we're going to have 3 paragraphs. This is your introduction, which has the hook. Your hook is basically something that intrigues your audience. It's like the first page of a book, a very good book. The hook is the first sentence that makes you want to read more. So you can either ask a question or you can start it off with you can ask a question like, have you ever? Or you can start off with, imagine this, something cool, something that you will grasp your attention. Then background information is information about your essay itself. And thesis statement. Thesis statement, you actually get the most marks in later on in your courses. It's very important. It's basically the statement that tells you everything about what you're going to include in your paragraph. It has all the arguments and a transition statement. I'll tell you guys how to. I'll teach you how to write a good thesis statement later on. Then in your body paragraphs, you have 3 body paragraphs where you have your argument 1, argument 2, argument 3. Start it off with topic sentence to make sure it transitions and flows nicely. And then you have detail, which means you're explaining whatever argument you're talking about, and you conclude it and you transition to the next one. Repeat it until body paragraph 3. Your conclusion paragraph is where you're rephrasing the thesis. Your thesis statement is the main idea.
It says not to.
Your thesis statement's the main idea. Then you present argument 1, 2, and 3 again, and then you end it off in a final, like a good ending to make the reader want more. Okay?
A question. That question is your prompt. So let's look at the prompt that I'll write this example to. Tell about a person you admire. Write an essay that explains your answer. Let's write the thesis statement first. There are parts in your outline and your essay that come before the thesis statement, like the hook and background information. But it's quicker and easier to write those parts after we've written the thesis statement. For a basic essay like this one, I recommend writing your thesis statement as a 1-sentence answer to the prompt. My answer to this prompt is, I admire my friend Sarah. That is the main idea of our thesis statement. Now we need to add reasons. Because we're writing a 5-paragraph essay, I'm going to add 3 reasons to my thesis statement. So why do I admire my friend Sarah? Because she's unique, brave, and honest. Reason number 1 is that she's unique. Reason number 2 is that she's brave. And reason number 3 is that she's honest.
Following this, can you guys write me an example? Can you write me a thesis statement and answer? You can just answer the same prompt, I guess. I'll give you guys the next minute or 2 to put in the chat a thesis statement while we continue to watch.
Now, I'll discuss each of the 3 reasons in the essay body paragraphs. To do this, we make each reason into a topic sentence. Let's start with reason 1 and body paragraph 1. Reason 1 why I admire Sarah is because she's unique. Let's turn that reason into a topic sentence for body paragraph 1. Sarah is a unique individual. Let's continue with reason 2 and body paragraph 2. Reason 2 why I admire my friend Sarah is that she's brave. Let's turn that reason into the topic sentence for body paragraph 2. Sarah is the bravest person I know. And now for reason 3. Let's turn reason 3 into the topic sentence for body paragraph 3. Sarah is an honest person. One really important tip for essay writing is to avoid repeating the same sentence in your essay. You should also avoid repeating words and phrases too many times in your essay. Try to use different words whenever possible. And finally, use a variety of sentence constructions or types of sentences in your essay. For example, we could have written topic sentences that said, Sarah is unique, Sarah is brave, Sarah is honest. But those sentence constructions are exactly the same, and that's boring for a reader. So I changed them just a little so that each of those topic sentences is unique. Okay, we got our topic.
Awesome. Thank you for those of you who put your answers in the chat. I admire my dad because he's brave, nice, and cool. I admire my friend Sean because he is smart, creative, funny. I admire my friend Zara because she's kind, funny. Yeah. Obviously, I kind of expected your thesis statements to be a little more complex, something like you'll write in your essays, but this would be like a beginner level, okay? But moving forward, you guys are going to have something a little more complex and you'll continue to learn how.
Sentences complete. Now we need to go back and fill in our detail sentences and conclusion sentences for each body paragraph.
Okay, so for an example of what I mean is if I was to ask you, do you think that schools should ban uniforms? I can say one essay can be like one essay can be schools should ban uniforms so students can present their creativity, which is argument one. They can they can, I don't know, two other reasons. I don't know two other reasons, but something like that. Or another essay I can write opposing to that can be schools should not ban uniforms as students, as it will be a way for bullying to be prevented, as students will be like one. Students won't have to stress about clothes in the morning and things like that. Can you guys put a one in the chat if you understand?
So let's go back to body paragraph 1, where our topic sentence is Sarah is a unique individual. We need to explain what that sentence means, and we'll do that by adding detail sentence 1 and detail sentence 2. A detail sentence is a detail, fact, example, or other type of information that explains the topic sentence. In some cases, a detail sentence will prove that what we said in our topic sentence is correct. So what do I mean when I say Sarah is a unique individual? What is unique about Sarah? For detail sentence 1, I'll give this example. She wears colorful clothes and unusual hairstyles. Do you see how that detail explains what I mean in my topic sentence? Not everyone wears colorful clothes and unusual hairstyles. That's a little different, and it makes Sarah unique. Let's add detail sentence 2. She loves creative activities like origami and calligraphy. Again, those activities are not activities that everyone in the world loves. So that sentence explains to the reader another way that Sarah is unique. Now let's write our conclusion sentence for body paragraph 1. In the conclusion sentence, we want to connect the topic sentence of our paragraph back to the main idea in our thesis statement. Remember, the main idea in the thesis statement is the basis of everything else we write. So if we revisit that idea in our conclusion sentences, it helps us to keep everything connected. So here we need to connect the topic of body paragraph 1, that Sarah's unique, back to the main idea in the thesis statement that this is a reason I admire Sarah. So we could write the conclusion sentence, I admire Sarah because she's unique, but we want to avoid repeating the words admire and unique too much in our essay. So we can rephrase that just a little. Sarah is interesting because she is different. Now let's move on to body paragraph 2. The topic sentence reads, Sarah is the bravest person I know. Here, we need to write detailed sentences that explain what I mean by that, or that prove that topic sentence is true. Remember, to do this, we use a detail, fact, example, or other information. She tries new things. That sentence explains why Sarah is brave. She doesn't just do the things she's comfortable doing every day. She tries something different that she doesn't know how to do yet. That's brave. But that sentence isn't quite enough information because when we say Sarah tries new things, the reader doesn't know what we mean. Do we mean that Sarah tries new activities like flying airplanes, moving to a new country, or something else? For example, she learned programming and robotics. That sentence provides 2 examples so that the reader knows what we're talking about. Now let's add detail sentence 2. People said robotics is difficult, but Sarah tried it anyway.
So, can you guys put a 2 in the chat if you basically get the point of this? I kind of don't want to go over this again and again. And I could just skip to conclusion. A 1 in the chat if you want me to continue. Perfect. Now,
information you've presented together, and then end the essay on a strong final statement. Note that in the conclusion paragraph, you should not introduce completely new facts or statistics. All of that should have already been done by the time you're writing your conclusion. But it is okay to put a new twist on facts or statistics that you've already. Last thought.
okay. So the conclusion paragraph would be, my friend Sarah is admirable for many reasons. Or you can end it off with, obviously, in conclusion, or concluding, or all in all. My friend Sarah is admirable for many reasons. She is different, has courage, and people know her to be reliable. Okay? As a result, people of all ages adore Sarah, and I feel lucky to have a friend like her. So, in your conclusion paragraph, as well as your introduction, when you're introducing the topic, you have to introduce the importance of that topic. Why does your topic matter? Right? So, here, as you can tell, this topic about Sarah matters because everyone adores her of all ages, and this person is lucky to have her. Okay? But,
And
oops,
subscribe to
sorry.
my channel.
But because this itself, these were just the main ideas, okay? This was just an outline. Everything we just listened to was just an outline of an essay. These are just ideas that you are going to introduce into the essay itself. And to create an essay, this is a example essay that I'm going to have you guys read. Eileen, can you read the first paragraph? Is it Megan? Hannah, right? Hannah? Can you read the second paragraph? Yanfei, can you read the third? Kevin, fourth. Catherine, fifth.
Wait, which one?
The second one.
Second paragraph.
Yes. Eileen, can you read the first? I can put the order in the chat.
Do I have to read it now?
Eileen first, please.
The first paragraph,
Yes.
one student in our school is impossible to ignore. Sarah's
Oh, sorry, girl. Eileen, we can't hear you. Can you speak a little louder?
The second paragraph, right?
The first paragraph, right here.
One student in our school is impossible to ignore. She is quiet, but everyone knows her. Her name is Sarah, and she is my best friend. I admire my friend Sarah because she is unique, brave, and honest.
Awesome.
Sarah is unique and individual. She wears colorful clothes and unusual hairstyle. She loves creating activities like origami and calligraphy. Sarah is interesting because she is different.
Origami and calligraphy. Yanfei?
Sarah is the bravest person I know. She tries new things. For example, she learned programming and robotics. People said robotics is difficult, but Sarah tried it anyway. She loved it. Sarah courage inspires me.
Guys, the order's in the chat. Catherine, you're next, and after Catherine, it's David, okay?
Sarah is an honest person. She doesn't gossip or speak false information about other people. Sarah is dependable. If she says she will not do something, she does it. If she says she will do something, she does it. I respect Sarah for her reliable and trustworthy character.
My friend Sarah is admirable for many reasons. She is different, She's different. She has courage. People know her that Sarah is reliable. As a result, people of all ages adore Sarah. I feel lucky to have a close friend like her.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Do you guys kind of understand this essay writing right now?
We are. We have.
And this is kind of like an example of the first portion of the video is an example of how to plan out and brainstorm your essay. And then on the right side over here is an outline of the essay. And on the left side over here is the actual essay itself. So a tip that I usually give my students, make your outline so your brainstorm is like the highlighted portion over here. What is your topic? The reason 1, 2, 3, your arguments and conclusion, and then your outline or your draft would be the whole sentences right here, filling in with the details, the hook, the thesis, etc. And then this will be your draft, your rough draft. And then after you write out your rough draft, you sleep on it, and the next day you edit your rough draft and you give it to someone else to peer review. So you can give it to a friend, your parents, a teacher, or something to check all your spelling mistakes to see if you're on track. And then you fix your mistakes, and then it's your final copy. Okay, that's how you kind of write your essay. Kevin, can you read this slide for me over here, please? Actually, no. Before that, I'm going to ask you guys to write me an essay. Do you guys want me to give you a topic, or do you want to choose a topic for yourself?
Can you give me a topic?
Okay. If you want a topic, the topic will be here on the slide. Should kids be allowed to watch TV on school nights? Okay, so Monday to Friday, should kids be allowed to watch TV? If you have another proposal, like no, but kids should be able to watch TV on the weekends. I mean Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can write about that too. Anything. But I wrote your requirements over here and the keywords over here. If you want me to switch to the slide with all the definitions, just put it in the chat and I can do that for you. But I'll give you the next 20 minutes to write your essay. And until then, if you need help, just unmute or put it in the chat, okay? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you guys understand what you have to do? Yes, I can definitely switch the slide. Do you guys want me to post everything on this slide in the chat so you guys still have the requirements out for you? Awesome. You don't need to add every single vocab word, but I would want you to use at least 5 to 10. Oops, I sent it to only one person by accident. So I'll give you guys the next 20 minutes. Unmute yourself if you need help, okay? Yes, I actually have had limited screen time. Um, I used to on Monday to Friday. Well, actually, for me, it was Monday to Thursday. I wouldn't have screen time until 1 hour before, 1 hour for like dinner and 1 hour for my lunch break. And then on Friday, I can have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I can have it however long I want, as long as I finished my homework. By the way, I forgot to let you know, if you do finish your essays on time, hopefully before like 20 minutes before class, we can play Game Kit, and then I can edit your essays. I can give you guys quick feedback while you guys play the game. Actually, while you guys are writing your essays, I'm curious too. Thank you, Kevin. Have your parents limited your screen time? What's your screen time like right now? And is it different for when you were a kid to versus now? You can put that in the chat while you're working on your essays if you want. If you guys want some background music, feel free to put your suggestions in the chat, okay? All right, just to check in, half the time has passed, but I want to check in with where you guys are at. Um, can you guys write down in the chat if you got your brainstorm or if you're on your draft process or outline process? So are you brainstorming? Are you writing your outline or are you on your draft actually writing the essay? Just write which portion you're on right now so I know how much more time to give you. Okay, perfect. Honestly, it's okay if you guys don't finish. I just try to I just want to make sure you guys understood everything we learned in class. So it doesn't have to be too perfect. Just do your best. And if you're not done, you guys can do it for homework and bring it to me next class. If you do finish, it's even better because I can give you feedback before class finishes and you won't really have that homework. But it's really up to you guys. We're just going to finish essay writing in, I want to say, another 10, maybe 15 minutes so we can play our GimKip before class ends, okay? If you guys need help again, we can always discuss. You can chat message me privately, all right? All right. Do you guys want to take a break about now and start your GimKit like game to test your vocab? Or do you want to play in about five minutes?
Can we play in about 5 minutes? What happens if I don't finish my essay in that time?
You can just if we have extra time after at the end of class, you can finish it then, or you can just do it you can bring it to me next class.
Okay.
Awesome.
What is wrong with this program? I can't see it. I swear, when I find the owner of this, I am reporting this bug in 5 seconds.
Hey, why don't we get to playing GimKit now? It's all right if you guys don't finish your essays. I do want you to, by the way, when you send it, I do want you to write down introduction and then your paragraph. And then separately, your body paragraph 1, and then the paragraph, body paragraph 2, paragraph, just so it's easier for me to identify when I post it in the slide so I can edit it and give you feedback.
What if I'm not done yet?
It's okay. Just you guys can do it for homework and then bring it to me next class and then I can give you feedback, all right?
Do I still send it in right now or not?
No, don't. Keep it with you and make sure you keep it so you can work on it for homework. But give me 1 second. Let me get the GIMP kit code right now. Okay. Let me know once you guys can see. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can see the screen. And then put this game code or scan this QR code into gimpkit.com. Or honestly, or you can just click this link that I'll put in the chat. And then let me know in the chat once you guys are in. All right, only about 3 people joined. We need another 3, 4 people. Sorry, we need another 3 people to join. That's so funny. Did someone join as me?
I accidentally joined twice.
You joined twice. It's okay. You can exit out of one if you can.
How do I do that?
Uh, completely exit the tab and come back.
Okay.
Okay. You're in.
I can't go back into the game.
You can't go back in the game.
I can, but like if I go back into the game, I'll just have a new character.
Okay, you can just come in as a new character and just put in your name. It's okay.
Okay.
And let me know once you guys are all in so I can start. Oh, okay. I believe everyone's in, correct? If anyone's not in, just put a 1 and I can wait for you. All right, so let's just start. Wait. Um, 1 second. Let me know when you guys are done. How would I know if you guys are done? I guess if you guys are done, just let me know in the chat because I don't know how I know. Oh, wow. Look at the leaderboard. Great. I'll put this up for a little bit. Let me know when you guys are done, okay? All right. I'm going to give you the next minute to finish the game so we can continue with our essays. Or if you guys want, I can give you another 5 minutes and you guys can do your essays at home. It's up to you.
Can we do our essays at home?
Pardon?
You said we had two choices. Can we do essays at home?
Sure. Whoever wants to keep doing the quiz on our vocab, you guys can. Whoever wants to finish your essay so you don't have homework, you can do that. If you guys are done, post it in the chat so I can give you feedback, okay? But I want essay as a whole. Actually, I am going to ask you guys to put whatever you guys have from your essays in the chat so I can edit whatever I can and put it in the slides. But you guys can still keep doing this quiz. By the way, I can see who is playing and who isn't playing. Just because the scores are your marks, all right? Because this is a quiz, right? All right. Thank you guys for this. Okay, so this is the leaderboard, so we know who won. Um, yeah. Next class, I would expect better marks, and you will also have more questions. But honestly, I hope this was fun for you guys. The point of this game is just for you guys to just to help you understand the words that you guys are, just to help you memorize the words that you guys are learning in class, okay? It's just a little something. Um, can you actually rate the class from a 1 to 10 on if you like the structure that we had today? If you have any suggestions, you can put in the chat. Maybe if you want to switch around the order, if you want more things, if you don't want more things, give me suggestions and rate the class 1 to 10. 1 as in you think there needs to be improvement, 10 as in you
Hey,
really like today's class. Just so I know what to incorporate for classes moving forward. When I mean like today's class, not just enjoy it, but you actually understood what we were learning. So you understood and you enjoyed it. And if you didn't enjoy it or if you didn't understand, can you tell me why in the chat and how I can improve and how you would understand better? Perfect. So far, the ratings are good. That means we can continue with the structure. You guys can always come back to me next class with feedback, but until I get feedback, I would probably keep the structure, as in, we'll start off with a review of what we learned in our previous classes. Then we'll continue with the lesson and end off with a quiz slash game like today. Okay? Awesome. We got great feedback so far. If you guys ever feel the need to change and you guys want a change in our structure, always let me know. I'm open to suggestions. But that's basically it for today's class, guys. Make sure for your homework to finish the essays and come to next class with finished essays. So I can give you feedback. Go over the lesson that we learned, essay writing, and the vocab. And that's it for today's class. I'll see you guys next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.